play a game that's amazing, but not quite the Metroidvania experience you were expecting? That's where my dual rating system comes in. I give each game a numbered score out of 10 and a tier placement ranging from S to F. But sometimes, these two scores don't seem to align with viewers' expectations. In fact, during my recent Metroidvania Roundup video, I saw a few confused faces in the comments, and I get it. I think MattyPup19450 said it best when they pointed out Blade Chimera gets a 9 but is in the C tier, Laika got a better score than Rosetna but is in a lower tier. That's referring to Laika, Aged Through Blood, which got a 7 out of 10 but landed in the D tier, while Rosetna also got a 7 out of 10 but made it to the C tier. I know that seems confusing, but there's a method to my madness. Essentially, when I review a Metroidvania, I score it in two different ways, because a great video game doesn't always mean it's a great Metroidvania. Here's how it works. This is your classic game review score. When tabulating this, I'm looking at general video game aspects like gameplay, controls, graphics and visual design, sound design, polish, replayability, stuff like that. All the things that make a game great overall, no matter the genre. Think of this score as your run-of-the-mill reviewer's take on a game. Take Ender Magnolia Bloom in the Mist. Beautiful, emotional, tight controls. I gave it a 9.5 out of 10, an excellent score. As for the tier ranking, this score is all about how well the game nails the Metroidvania formula. Do you explore an interconnected world, unlock new abilities that change how you traverse the map? Is backtracking meaningful and satisfying, among other things? When I place a game in the tier list, I'm strictly viewing the game as a Metroidvanier, that is, a hardcore Metroidvania enthusiast, just like me, and probably you. I placed Ender Magnolia in the S tier because it not only nailed everything a Metroidvania should, but it nailed each of these aspects with exceptionally high quality. But that's what you'd expect, right? A high number score should indicate a high tier placement. However, we've seen that that's not always the case. Let's bring back Blade Chimera. I gave it a 9 out of 10 and a C tier placement. But Alruna and the Necro-Industrialists got an 8 out of 10 and an A tier placement. What gives? Basically, even though Blade Chimera is an overall better video game, Alruna is a better overall Metroidvania. I've made reviews on both if you want to dive deeper to better understand the ratings. Admittedly, you'll rarely see a game punch up, meaning they'll have a low number score but a high tier placement. That's mostly because you can't really be a bad video game and still be a good Metroidvania. Now, the question is, why two scoring systems? The easiest response is that I wanted a way to show viewers if a game is good or not beyond its Metroidvania qualities. The tier placement angle isn't an ideal metric to convey a video game's quality as a video game, and many people, myself included, find a lot of value in a more traditional numbering format when considering game purchases or game quality. So, if you see a game with a high score and a low tier rating, you'll know exactly why. I approach my reviews wearing two hats. My regular old gamer hat that rates video games with more traditional metrics, and my more specialized Metroidvania visor that reviews games for their Metroidvania qualities. Because, at the end of the day, I'm the Metroidvania guru. You're coming to my channel to learn about Metroidvanias, and my tier list is here to help you prioritize which MVs you should be checking out first. I hope this video helps with understanding my dual rating system. Remember, the number score tells you how fun and technically sound the game is. The tier ranking tells you how Metroidvania it is. If you want to know more about how I measure Metroidvanias for my tier list, I'll leave a link to that in the description. Until next time, nerds.